I told her in a voice like this, you had 2 opportunities to respond and you chose to ignore me. I'm letting you out on Broad Street. Hey everyone, my name's John and welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. I've been in contact with Dylan and he asked me to be the host today, so here I am. I drive in the Columbus, Ohio market. I've been doing Uber and Lyft for about 2 years. In addition to that, I do roadie, where I deliver large items, I deliver lost luggage, I deliver whatever's needed. I do Amazon Flex, I also rent cars on the Turo platform, and I'm getting started with GoShare, where you utilize big vehicles, big trucks to get things from point A to point B, and I'm even on the Tackle platform, which is kind of like being a handyman. So I also have a rideshare channel called Absolute Rideshare, and it's something you can check out in addition to this awesome channel, the Rideshare Hub, which is awesome. But today I'm going to tell you about the time I had to kick a passenger out of my vehicle. And before we get started, give us a thumbs up here and feel free to subscribe so you're notified when awesome videos get put up. Okay, so to get in the story, I've done about 4,000 rides. That's in Columbus, Ohio, that's in Dayton, that's in Canton. Those are cities that are 1 to 2 hours away from me, so I know my way around. I know where I'm going. One thing I've picked up from doing rideshare is I always want to confirm the address during the ride, see if I need to scoot the seat up, maybe change the temperature in there. So I try to be as personal as possible. Just like it's an airplane ride, the closer we get, I let people know that we're getting closer. So I had a ride where I was picking up a passenger from a chiropractor's office. So when I get there, immediately call, say I've arrived. Passenger comes out, I say hello, good morning. They say hello, good morning to me also. Once they get in the ride, I confirm the address with them and say, hey, we're going to XYZ 4th Street. Is that correct? Silence. So, okay, customer's busy, whatever. I ask them one more time. Say, hey, we're going to XYZ 4th Street. Okay, no response still. So you know what? Against my better judgment, I actually started to drive because it was a 4-mile drive. How could it be wrong? So we're getting to her destination and the passenger starts to mumble some really rude things under her voice. So I just say to her, is there an issue with the way that I'm driving? And she says, I don't appreciate that you're picking up someone before dropping me off at my destination. At this point, we're in front of the house that's supposed to be your destination. I say, hey, on my app right here, it shows this is the destination entered. And I took you there and gave you 2 opportunities to confirm that, and you chose not to respond. But if you'd like to give me your new address, I can take you where you need to go. And she's already been a little bit feisty and is a little bit more feisty during this scenario, but I'm in control. No one else is. So at that point, I get her correct address and ask her that this is the right one, and we decide to start going there. She then calls the doctor's office immediately, the chiropractor's office that I picked her up from, and they say that the address they gave to me was the one that's the end destination, not the one that I had was going to drop her off at. But ultimately, the doctor's office is the one that paid for the ride and put in the destination. And she needed to go to a different destination. So I tried to make a wrong right that I was not in control of. As we're driving on the freeway, she's talking to the doctor's office and she's saying if I was paying for this ride, he wouldn't be making any money. Which, at that point, I've already been slapped in the face by her by accusing me of doing something that never happened. The doctor's office does not want to take responsibility for the fact that there's the wrong address. I did my best effort to address getting to the right address before it ever happened. Made an error by not making a huge issue out of it and starting the ride. So that's one thing you can learn from. So in that ride, when she's giving me crap and belittling me and saying I can't drive, I chose to not deal with that attitude at all, which is something that everyone says you can be your own boss, Uber, Amazon, Lyft, roadie, whatever it is. These are the moments where you can be true to yourself and boss up and be honest. I told her in a voice like this, you had 2 opportunities to respond and you chose to ignore me. I'm letting you out on Broad Street. In that point of view, she had plenty of times to treat me like a human being. I treated her very fair. I didn't want to have any altercations or have any arguments. But if you choose to talk bad about me while I'm in the car, I have no reason to deal with that. It is not worth my time, and it's not worth your time. If people want to belittle things that you're doing as a rideshare driver, as whatever you're doing, you don't have to deal with that. If you're working for an employer, you might have to put on that customer service face and pretend like you're gonna care. But in a scenario like this, you need to move on and get things and get out of the way. So that was my story with getting the passenger kicked out. What was ironic is immediately after that, I had 2 Uber requests from the same doctor's office that was requesting for her. And when she had got out of my vehicle, she said, see if you ever take an Uber ride again. And it was actually a Lyft ride. So it was very ironic that I happened to be the closest Uber ride. When she was getting out of the car and said that, I told her to bring it on. So that's my story on kicking a passenger out. My recommendation is to be as human as possible to customers, be as empathetic as you can, but don't take crap that belittles you. Your time is so much more worth it. You are so much more worth than being treated like that. You are a great person and you have so many things going for you. And it is something that is, great that we get to serve people, meet people, and no matter what, after all these rides, even after these small issues, it's not going to stop me. I love meeting new people. I love conversing. I love getting new ideas and getting repeat frequent people. It's an awesome thing to do. Thank you everyone for watching. Again, I'm John, and if you want to see me again on the Rideshare Hub, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to watch more rideshare videos, check out my channel, Absolute Rideshare. It's in the description. And make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see more Uber and Lyft videos. This has been another episode of the Rideshare Hub. See you all next time. Peace.